Bueno, continuemos. Ok, ¿en qué quedamos? Está el tipo allá afuera, que no se piensa ir, parece ser. Vamos a ver el periódico.
Today's newspaper is on the counter. Times dated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the Voodoo murders. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The Voodoo murders case. The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative. Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides to check his horoscope, despite his disgust. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Peachy.
Gabriel also spots an ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
Dice Detective Franklin Mosley del Departamento de Policía de Nueva Orleans. Nuestra investigación ha revelado que estos asesinatos están resueltos en una guerra contra cárteles de droga. Se leía a la prensa ayer por la tarde. Esa guerra habrá terminado y la gente de esta gran ciudad está a salvo de nuevo. La policía revela que están duplicando sus esfuerzos para desmantelar el comercio ilegal de drogas que convirtió a Nueva Orleans en su nuevo campo de batalla temporalmente. Este tipo...
He's still there. I wish he'd move or something.
He hasn't moved an inch since he showed up.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
Bueno, ¿podemos hablar un momento?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called. She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
No.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
You won't get far questioning me about it, Sherlock.
Do you have messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting. Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
Creo que nada más, ¿verdad?
Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
Bien, ¿qué tenemos? Empecé a tener la mejor noche de mi vida, gracias a María que... Espero. Mauricio se está poniendo muy indignado al respecto, pero está renunciando. Dice que me consiguió algo de información sobre el patrón bebé. En un artículo acerca de un asesinato en 1910. El mismo dibujo apareció en la escena de crimen. Si eso no es sospechoso, no sé lo que es. No tabú ha sido cerrado. Otro día todo lo crítico, no puedo creer. Eso no realmente creo en esa mierda. Tomar una copa de prima. Ok.
The number written on the note is 4909-324-3333.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Veamos. 011.
Wolfgang Ritter's phone number, written in Grace's pretty scrawl. The number written on the note is 4909-324-3333.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial
49 09 324 333.
The number you have dialed has been disconnected. Please hang up and try your call again. This is a recording.
¿Dice bien?
The number written on the note is 4909-324-3333.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get in?
The number written on the
Didn't Grace?
Sí, momento.
The number written on
Sí,
Didn't Grace?
011.
I'm not.
Uy. Changos. No, pero mal. 011. 49 09 4 3 3 3 3.
I'm not calling Germany. That Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
Oh. Pero tenemos que averiguar. Bien. Cuenta por pagar.
Gabriel couldn't pay those bills when they were due, and he can't pay them now. Bills from last Christmas gathered dust on the floor.
Bueno.
Hey, kids.
Bruno.
Gabe, pet, I just popped in to see if you're desperate enough to sell me that painting.
Gee, is today the day that hell freezes over?
Well, one needn't be rude.
Puedes retirarte, amigo. Sobre mi cadáver te voy a dar este cuaderno. Bien.
Hey,
The drummer looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return.
Mostly.
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch.
Ahora, ¿qué pasó?
I have to tell you, bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
¿De quién?
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland.
Huh.
Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
What do you know about the...
What else do you want to know?
Any witnesses?
Nope. There's never been a single witness. No one's even heard a disturbance. It's damned weird. Like they just don't want people to see. And so nobody sees nothing.
What's the coroner say?
The victim's heart is always ripped out of the chest and missing. We haven't located a single one of them.
Lovely. Any idea what they do with them?
Don't even want to know. Also, the coroner says some of the victims had heart attacks before the incision. Literally scared to death. The knife wounds are consistent with a long, narrow, wavy-edged knife. Probably a ritualistic dagger.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Sure, no problem. Okay, anything else?
No. Pero debe conseguir una pista.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Ciao, baby.
¿Qué pista le podría conseguir? Un momento aquí.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Hablemos, señor John.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Do you know what caprice and call means?
I fear my French is not all it should be, Mr. Knight.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I do not believe so.
Isn't he one of the Loire?
Perhaps. I am not familiar with some of the more obscure Haitian and African lore.
¿Qué
Do you know
sabe
anything
esto?
about Veves?
I believe they have something to do with Haitian voodoo. But that is not really my area.
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
Of course. It is one of the Loire.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Knight. The voodoo churches in the city have no need for secrecy.
Si vos lo decís.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
I used to have some antique African totem masks, but they were on the point of disintegration, so I removed them.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It is one of the important ceremonial nights in voodoo.
Tell me about yourself.
Me?
Yes, if you don't mind.
What is it you wish to learn?
Just tell me anything.
I am originally from the West Indies myself, you know.
Really? What brought you to New Orleans?
I was drawn here for personal reasons.
What are your own religious beliefs?
My beliefs are too personal and too complex to discuss with a layman, Mr. Knight.
What kind of background in voodoo do you have?
Let us just say I cut my teeth on it, Mr. Knight. It is in my blood.
Do you do anything besides run the museum?
No, the museum does not make me a rich man. But my material needs are simple. I prefer to focus on my one true interest in life.
Why did you open a voodoo museum?
The subject has fascinated me all my life, and I wanted to help preserve the cultural heritage it represents.
Just tell me anything.
I am a vegetarian.
Really? I can't imagine living without meat.
That must be the hunter in you, Mr. Knight.
Quizás.
Actually, I can't think of a thing.
Then let us discuss something else.
Bueno.
That knife looks familiar. Probably from Hartridge's slides.
What did he call it? Kielbasa? Yeah, right. I'd probably cut my own head off with that thing.
Gabriel doesn't want anything to do with that knife. A street drummer has settled outside the museum. Gabriel can't do anything. It's an electrical switch.
What does this do?
Turn that thing off.
Oh, sorry.
We have air conditioning, you see.
Yeah, I see. Goodbye, Dr. John.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Bien, ¿qué tenemos? Salgamos de aquí. ¿Qué tenemos por aquí? Casa de la abuela Knight. Ay, qué lindo.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Oh, sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give me a kiss.
Now, come on, sit down. Tell me how you're doing. How have you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but, I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime. Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked to find her family.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be such a sweet gesture.
It's just past the Ross tomb, right? Oh, maybe I will. Does the phrase Cabrice and Co. mean anything to you?
Something without something, I think. Oh, my French is so rusty, I swear my mind is gone.
No, it's okay. Thanks. Tell me about yourself.
Me? Surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
No, come on, Gran.
Oh, all right, dear. What do you want to hear?
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
Oh, I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend, Alma. And at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fine brimstone annex. And a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. Oh, it was then I knew that he was for me.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Idea, baby.
You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
Oh,
Yeah.
nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Al ático.
I'm
Vamos
gonna
a
go
ver.
up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
It's Granddaddy's old golf bag. Golf was never my game. I'm not sure what my game was, but it wasn't golf.
These old picture frames have been up here for years.
I think I'll leave that up here.
It's an old dusty bicycle tire.
I think I'll leave that up here.
It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
And from Gran's Virginia Woolf period. I think I'll leave that up here.
Ok, vamos.
The old trunk looks like it's gone to hell and back.
There's a lot of Granddad's old stuff in here. Might be something interesting.
Ropas, sombrero, tanque. ¿Por qué no? Curioso. No. Ropas.
Some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts.
Aren't those called lederhosen?
Una cruz. Una foto de Alemania. ¿Será? Oh,
What's this? It's some sort of key.
y esa fotografía se me hace curiosa.
A bundle of letters. Love letters between Harrison and Rebecca. More of Harrison Knight's German books.
Just what I need.
An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic.
I think I'll leave that up.
Diseño rojo.
Nothing happens.
Curioso.
There's an interesting design in the base of the clock. Nothing happens. The face of the clock is hand-painted. A ring of 6 symbols surrounds the face of the clock. a sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon. The ring of symbols doesn't appear to have any mechanical function, but it does move.
Normalmente la llave va a quedar ahí. Bueno.
The sheet-covered upholstered rocker used to be in Gabriel's nursery.
I think I'll leave that up here. There's nothing I want in there.
The brass bed frame is from God knows where.
I think I'll leave that up.
A skylight lets welcome sunlight into the attic. Grandma's attic is a storehouse of forgotten treasures and useless junk.
Bueno, vamos de aquí. Bueno. Uy, aquí. Un momentito, podemos hacerlo.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
No.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Marie Laveau. Oh, of course. She was that voodoo woman, wasn't she? She preyed on people's fears and superstitions, is what I think. There are always those willing to take other people's money for nothing. You stay away from people like that, Gabriel.
Yes, Gran. Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Well, Gran, I'd better get going.
Remember that I love you, Gabriel.
Love you too, Gran.
Bueno, vamos.
I'm sorry to bother you.
You got something to say, son?
Tell me something about St. Louis Cemetery, #1.
Just look around. You'll get the feel of the place.
Gracias.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
I don't know nothing about that.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
Well, St. John the Baptist is the patron saint of voodoo. Sometimes we get weird goings-on in the cemetery on that night. More often on a few nights before. People taking grave dirt, bones, and who knows what.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yep. Don't know what they do in them, but it can't be pretty.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
They say it was part of an old religion from Africa, brought here by slaves.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Toussaint Gervais. I'm the watchman here at St. Louis #1.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, I keep the place tidy, of course, but a big part of my job, too, is looking out for the grievers, you know. People come to pay their respects, and they need looking out for. Sometimes they so grief-bound, they don't know what they doing.
You been working here a long time?
Longer than you've been alive, son. I may perhaps be here longer than you'll be alive, for that matter.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bueno. Right.
The Wright family tomb. Several of Gabriel and Grant's family members are laid to rest here.
Right.
The Wright family tomb. Several of Gabriel and Grant's family members are laid to rest here. The marble and granite tombs are quite heavy. If Gabriel wants to address his ancestors, he should choose a specific plaque.
Miss you, Mom.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the nameplates from his family tomb. DeMarco reads, Margaret Templeton Knight.
My mother. How's it going, Granddaddy?
DeMarco reads, Harrison Knight.
Granddaddy.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the nameplates from...
Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as when they were alive, the Wright elders give no response. DeMarco reads, Merrill Planter Wright.
These are Grand's folks. I never knew them. Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as when they were alive. DeMarco reads, Franklin Wright.
Right.
These are Grand's folks. I never knew them. Grand talks a lot about you, Harley.
DeMarco reads, Harley Wright.
Grand's sister. She died young. Hey, Daddy. Shoot. Huh. Looks like someone left something in that vase.
DeMarco reads, Philip Knight.
Daddy.
Inside the broken vase, Gabriel sees a $20 bill.
Looks like it's my lucky day.
This above-ground tomb is only large enough to accommodate one resident. The marble and granite tombs are quite... Gabriel doesn't care to communicate with the inhabitants of that tomb.
Tal vez aún queda un poco de buena suerte la primera vez después. Bueno. Sería la entrada. Bueno. Vamos aquí. Very feliz.
What's up?
Buddy, I think the place you're looking for is down on Bourbon.
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug someone else.
You're a real sweetheart, Marcus, you bastard.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. Now, I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say enough already.
Sounds like my life. What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House. That guy Sam, the chess player, he's really into voodoo. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and stuff.
Really? Great, thanks.
Bueno.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodooienne and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife, poor guy.
Tell me about the street music.
Don't know what else I could say.
Bueno. Hombre, mujer. ¿Tú de quién hablas? Pues no
Hello
conoces.
there.
Excuse me, I was talking to the lady here.
And she was listening raptly, I'm sure. Hey, how's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
Better not. Her boyfriend doesn't look too friendly.
This isn't that kind of bar. A young man is deep in conversation with his girlfriend and feeling no pain.
Bien. Heinz Ritter. So,
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This ain't a game, it's a slaughter.
He's right, you know. So let me die in peace, would you?
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
bueno. Entonces,
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
¿qué puede ser entonces? ¿Esto?
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
¿Esto?
Could you do anything with this?
What is this, a clay mold? Interesting. I am a jeweler, you know. But I'm retired. I'm going to sit here in this freaking chair until I beat this bastard.
You plan to be buried in that chair then?
Será otra cosa lo que te interesa. Cama serpiente del lago.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
Nope. Dame una pista. Oh, bueno, podría comprar 7.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
Vamos aquí. Okay. What's up? Hablemos.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
Interesante.
Those binoculars aren't going anywhere without a jackhammer. The Presbytere. This building was begun by the Spaniards in 1795 after a fire in Jackson Square. It was intended for monks, but now houses historical exhibits. The Pontalba buildings are historical landmarks, built in 1849 and 1850 as residential apartments. Gabriel can't do that with the square from here. Gabriel is standing on the balcony of a building across the street from Jackson Square. On the balcony are 4 mounted binoculars. St. Louis Cathedral. The original church on this site was built in 1724 and was named for Louis IX of France. That church burnt in the Great Fire of 1788. The present church dates from 1851. Gabriel can't do that with...
Veamos este.
That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer? Huh. Crash and the drummer. Interesting.
Interesante. Ese tipo en teoría debe haber salido loco. Quizás no pueda dar la pista para poder. Esa mujer.
Madame Lorelei, the fortune teller, is garbed in a belly dancer's outfit and wears a boa around her neck. A real boa.
Interesante.
Hey, kids.
Bruno.
Gabe, pet, I just popped in to see if you're desperate enough to sell me that painting.
¿Será?
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it, all right. How much for the painting?
Well, I could give you 100. That's all I can let go at the moment, you know. My affairs are so tied up.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace. Fine. It's yours.
Gabriel!
Here's the 100.
120. Bien. Me siento papá.
You better take good care of this, Bruno. This is not just another of your hip art pieces, you know.
Really? Well, I fully intend to make the most of its display. Though not for your sake, I'm sure. At least in my shop, there'll be a chance of someone actually seeing it. I can't believe I actually got it. Just wait until I show Sid.
I don't believe you.
It's just a painting, Grace. There are things I have to do.
¿Sabes qué? ¿Sabes qué?
Hi.
Hablemos.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Dame a Willy Jr.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
I have $120. You still want to sell that crocodile mask?
That's 120 sure enough. That mask is yours, sir. Here you go. Careful it don't bite you now.
Yeah, thanks.
Now don't you go forgetting your lagniappe. A free bottle of Master Gambling Oil.
The sign said I could get Lady Luck Oil instead.
Well, I was thinking a man as young as you wouldn't be needing that kind of remedying. But, you's having problems with your,
That's all right. Believe me, I don't need it. I'll just stick with this. Thanks anyway.
'Cause it ain't none of my business if you do need it now, huh?
I don't need it.
Oh, of course you don't.
Maldito.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
There's no such thing. Not around here.
Bueno. Cuídate.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
The crocodile mask is made of genuine crocodile head. It looks heavy, hot, and smelly. The small bottle is labeled Master Gambling Oil. Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Nope. Bueno, chicos, hasta aquí. Adiós.
Hola.